I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good morning, Joe Dodds. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
I'm going well, thank you, although I'm looking at different weather than you, clearly, because it's not that beautiful out there.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking to someone in the UK. He said it's raining right now.
It's raining.
Oh.
Yeah, it's raining.
All right. Well, I do have that email that's in my draft folder of Caribbean sunshine that I can always send your way.
Always welcome, always welcome.
Wonderful. Would you please do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now? Is it the UK as well?
It is in the UK. I'm in Kent, which is in the very south, and I can see France out of my office window. I'm right on the coast.
Wow, how beautiful is that? Wow. Amazing. Well, please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time in life.
Well, I have not really got much of an idea of that, other than I imagine it's probably to do with social media and networking. So we met online, and I've been a social media consultant in the past, so that's where I've probably got out there, if you like.
Well, I will let you know that it's about using your power to live more.
Yes,
your podcast.
yeah, it's my podcast. Excellent. So it's all about productivity, organisation, well-being, energy and resilience. Yes. And it's all about how you use that to live more, which is where I say you do more of the stuff you want to do and less of the stuff that you don't want to do. Well, so that's good to know.
I was actually going to ask you to give me the intro, please, of your podcast. You actually did it like automatically. Yeah, that's amazing. So, Joe, who did you learn the skills of everything that you just expressed in terms of productivity and living the life you want to live? Who did you learn that from?
I think it's something that's been a culmination of a lot of my life. I think my dad used to instill the mantra of you only get out of life what you put into it. And then throughout my career and running my own business, I've met lots of different people who have really helped me to think about how I want to live my business, my life, and run my business. And then about 5 years ago, I had a number of sadly deaths and diagnosed illnesses within the family, and it really made me realise how important it is to build the life and the business that you want, and not just end up being on a bit of a treadmill doing what you think you should be doing rather than what you really want to be doing. So some of that stuff, my mum and my father-in-law getting ill and subsequently dying, taught me that I needed to really sort out exactly what I wanted to do and make sure that I aligned everything within my life and business to that.
I think that's one of the best ways to let death, if you would, the passing away of an individual, bring significance. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it does. It makes it really makes you stop and think. And my dad died actually when I was 19, so I'd sort of gone through that much earlier in my life as well, and probably too early to really learn lots from it, in comparison to now. But yeah, it certainly brings you up short, and it starts you thinking how we're just so precarious. You could be here today, gone tomorrow, and actually, if you're not living every day as you want to, then you're really wasting your time and energy.
Yeah, so you've definitely had the times when you were wasting it. Now you are being intentional with it, right? Every minute, if you would. I'd like to know, which is a bit challenging, right? Which is definitely challenging. It's so much easier to waste time. I'd like to know, why will you continue to repeat the skills of being intentional with your time?
Just because there is so little of it. And I also think, I know you'll probably ask me later on, and when you've talked about my podcast already, and you will have heard little Doddsy, my daughter, who is my co-host. She does the intros for me, and I just think it's so important for her. She's 11 now. I think it's so important for her that I help her to, learn this stuff a lot sooner, and that her and I have that time together, knowing that it doesn't last forever.
I'll quickly interject and say it's really amazing how things connect. The conversation my wife and I was having this morning was surrounding the reason why children usually rebel from the thing that they see their parents doing. And I think it's because of what you just expressed there, where they do not integrate them in the process. So they are disgusted by the thing that takes them away from their parents, right? So if you're seeing me in front of the computer all the time and you don't get to spend time with me and you have no idea what I'm doing, it's the one thing you'll not do. So you'll probably go to agriculture, which is not a bad thing, but the opportunity to learn is lost, and the opportunity to build relationships as well can be lost. So I love what you're doing. Love her intro, right? She read it. She made one typo, but it just made the beauty of who she is and what she's becoming, and that confidence is definitely going to come. So love what you're doing there, Jo.
Lovely, thank you.
Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
So I talk in my business about 5 fundamentals, which are around simplifying what you do, systemizing it, sharing it, getting other people to help you, looking after yourself through self-care, and then sustaining it. And what the thread through all of that for me is about taking small daily actions. I read a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson a few years ago, and I'm rereading it at the moment, and it's all about how you just do small things every day consistently, and that will take you to where you want to get to. And that's what makes the difference between getting there successfully and perhaps going in the other direction.
Intriguing. Just like the way your daughter, you're bringing her into it, right? Like just baby steps. How does it make you feel?
Well, it gives me momentum. It makes me think and feel that I'm moving things forwards on a regular basis and I'm getting things done. And for me, it's about that living more piece that I've talked about. It makes me feel that I am having the chance to do the things that I want to do because of the way that I'm structuring the things that I choose to do on a daily basis.
Love it. All right. Suggest to someone that's listening, someone out there who may be on the park bench right now or walking or driving, why they should even consider doing what you're doing by applying the balance to the model, if you would.
So exactly what I've said, in that it helps you to create change. It helps you to actually create massive change in your life just by doing small things and doing them on a regular basis. And, sometimes it can be really tough thinking about making changes or thinking about, getting something done. And actually, if you just think about doing it in real baby steps, real little small actions every day, it's amazing how much you can get done and you can achieve. And, again, going back to the consistent thing about life's too short to not do the things that you want to do. And, this is how you can make sure that you have the time and the energy to be able to do those things.
Where's the best place for people to connect with you, Jo?
My website, which is powertolivemore.com.
Wonderful. Well, amazing audience. Again, we are live with Jo Dodds, and she is the podcast host of Use Your Power to Live More. Of course, her daughter is co-hosting there, right? Shout out your daughter's name again, please.
I call her Little Doddsy, but her name's actually Ellie. So
There we go. Well, Jo, let's switch gears for a moment now, and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Jo, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest memory, it took me a while to think about what this might be, and actually it's about being my best friend's sidekick. So we were at school and we used to get called up to the front to go through our work, and it was always all the rest of the class in different groups, and then it was my friend and myself. And I always used to think it was because I was her friend that I got called up to go through the work with her. We were sort of the top of the class, if you like. I always used to think it was because she was my best friend.
Wow.
And I've realised recently that it isn't because of that at all.
Oh, really? So what was it because of?
Well, because I was good at doing my work. I was, it's only recently I've realised, I've thought back to those times, and I truly believed when I was 5, 6, 7 that the reason I was working with her, with the teacher, was because I was her friend. And I now realise, of course, that it was because I was at the same level academically as she was.
Intriguing. So why do you think this memory is so clear?
Well, just because she's still my best friend now. We've known each other since we were 3, and I just think it's now, for me, it's because it's a learning point. Having recently realised that actually it was about my academic prowess as much as it was hers, not about the fact that I just happened to be her best friend. And we go through life thinking that, we're imposters and that other people are better than us and all that sort of stuff. And, I look back now and think I thought that at 5, and it took me a long time to work out that wasn't the case.
Wow, yeah, I think so. Okay, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to clarify, though, it's not that you didn't appreciate her being your friend, if I'm getting this clearly. It's just that you've identified that the true thing which needs to come to the forefront first is the thing that would have given you so much more power, if you would, in your life, as opposed to the false... not the false, but the misinterpretation, if you would, of that thing.
Exactly.
That is the clarity. Wonderful. So that being said, I love the fact that you are now bringing that to so many other individuals, that you are helping people understand that their power and how they can use it to live more. And it's amazing how that connects, right? From that point to now. And wow. Wow. I love the logo as well. Well, the artwork on your podcast website where you have that power button in there.
Yeah.
And, the power icon is so intriguing because it's the circle, but in the middle, it's the one line, right? And that one line could be you, right? That to just power up. So that's just amazing. Wow. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, did I say wow? Yeah, if we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Wow, this is an odd one. My favourite song was, and I didn't know what it was called at the time, it was Forever Autumn, Justin Hayward from the War of the Worlds. And I'd heard it when I was about 7 or 8 on the radio, and I heard it every so often throughout the next few years, and I never knew what it was called. And I only found out what it was called in about my 20s.
That was great. It's amazing how things connect. I think it's amazing how you take what you need to for the moment, right? And that could be a strength as well. So, my friend, we have arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Jo?
Okay, go on then.
Jo, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Of course, and you know the answer to that already,
your
little Doddsy.
Daughter. Are you married?
Yes.
All right, so you have one daughter, yeah?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in God?
I don't believe in God, but I believe in a higher power, whoever that may be.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do. A few who I call best friends, and you can't really have more than one best friend, but I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, I hardly watch it.
How about 3 hours a week?
Oh, not even that. I've got far more important things to do than watch telly.
Now, what about screen time? The phone and or the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More than 8 hours a day. I'm addicted to my phone, and I spend a lot of time on my computer. I do lots of work, and I also read and connect with people through that. So I don't make excuses for it. I'm just happy with it.
All right. Jo, after 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook thereafter. It's a self-discovery workbook where you answer questions just like these that help you connect to your own unique real self, and hopefully you uncover your mission, your own unique real statement. If you had to share with us, Jo, your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Jo Dodds, what would you say that is?
I think I have to go back to my dad's mantra for me about only getting out of life what you put into it.
Yeah, love it. Use your power to live more. Jo Dodds, thank you, my friend. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Well, just that I've loved connecting with you. Thank you. I love that you found me through the podcast, and love to keep in touch now.
Yeah, most definitely. Jo Dodds, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.